Have you ever wondered why certain words, actions, or situations suddenly evoke intense, often negative emotions in you? Welcome to the complex world of triggers. Triggers are not just simple reactions, they are deeply rooted in our psychological makeup. They're like invisible strings tied to our emotions, and when pulled, they can lead to powerful emotional responses. Just like fingerprints, no two people have the exact same set of triggers. They vary greatly from person to person, as they are formed based on our unique personal experiences, memories, traumas, and even our cultural backgrounds. One might feel a surge of fear from the sound of a slamming door, while another could be triggered by a certain scent or song. These triggers, though sometimes subtle, can have a profound impact on our daily lives, influencing our interactions, decisions, and overall mental health. Understanding triggers is the first step in managing them, so let's delve deeper into their symptoms. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if I'm being triggered? Well, understanding triggers begins with recognizing the symptoms they produce. These symptoms can be both physical and emotional, and they often manifest in ways that are unique to each individual. Let's start with the physical symptoms. Have you ever felt your heart rate increase suddenly, or your breathing become quick and shallow? Maybe you've noticed a knot in your stomach, or a lump in your throat. These are all physical responses your body might have when you're experiencing a trigger. In addition to these physical reactions, triggers can also cause emotional symptoms. You might feel a sudden wave of anxiety or irritability. Your mood might swing from one extreme to another, or you may find yourself feeling unusually emotional. These feelings can be overwhelming and may seem to come out of nowhere. But here's the thing, they're not coming from nowhere. They're coming from your triggers. Triggers can lead to feelings of discomfort or distress. They can make you feel out of control, as if you're on a roller coaster of emotions with no way off. In some cases, triggers may even result in panic attacks, which can be incredibly scary and disorienting. But why do triggers cause these symptoms? Well, when we encounter a trigger, our bodies respond as if we're facing a threat. This is known as the fight or flight response, and it's designed to protect us from danger. But when the danger is a memory or an emotion, this response can be more harmful than helpful. Now, it's important to remember that not everyone will experience all of these symptoms, and some people might experience others that aren't mentioned here. Everyone's triggers are unique, and so are their responses to them. Recognizing these symptoms is crucial to coping with triggers. Understanding that your body and mind are reacting to a perceived threat can help you take steps to calm down and regain control. But how exactly can we do that? Understanding someone with triggers is not a walk in the park, but empathy paves the way. Picture this, a friend suddenly becomes irritable or nervous, and you are unsure why. The reason could be a trigger, something that has sparked a response rooted in a past experience or emotional trauma. To unravel this, we must first don empathy as our lens of perception. Empathy, the ability to feel and understand another's emotions, is a key player in understanding triggers. Imagine a world where we all strive to walk a mile in someone else's shoes before we judge or react. That's the world where understanding triggers becomes a tad bit easier. But why is empathy so important? Well, it allows us to relate to the emotional experience of the person with the trigger, even if we can't fully comprehend it. It gives us a glimpse into their world, their struggles, their fears. It's like a bridge, a connection that fosters patience and tolerance, two allies in managing triggers. Now let's talk about being non-judgmental. This means accepting the person and their triggers without criticism or bias. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing, it's about acknowledging their feelings and experiences as valid and real. This acceptance can be a balm, soothing the sting of triggers and making their management more achievable. Support is another crucial element. It's like a safety net, providing reassurance that the person is not alone in their struggle. It could come in many forms, a listening ear, a comforting word, or simply being there in silence. This support can empower individuals to face their triggers, to challenge them, and eventually to gain control over them. So understanding triggers is a journey, a path paved with empathy, acceptance, and support. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And for those embarking on this journey, remember, patience and compassion will be your best companions. Empathy is the first step, but coping with triggers requires more. So what else can we do? But that, my friends, is a story for the next scene. Stay tuned. Coping with triggers might seem difficult, but with the right strategies it becomes manageable. Let's explore some of these tactics. One effective strategy is mindfulness. By staying present and aware of your surroundings, you can keep your mind from wandering to places that might trigger discomfort. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings, but rather acknowledging them, and then focusing your attention on the here and now. Another useful technique is grounding. This involves focusing on the physical world around you. You can do this by touching something solid, smelling something strong, or even just taking deep breaths. The goal is to anchor yourself in reality and distract your mind from the trigger. Professional help, like therapy, is also invaluable. Therapists can provide tailored strategies and techniques to help you manage your triggers effectively. They can guide you through exposure therapy, a process where you're gradually and safely exposed to your triggers, helping you build resilience over time. For some, medication may be a helpful addition to these strategies. Always consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new medication regimen. Self-care is another crucial element. This could involve anything from regular exercise to maintaining a balanced diet, ensuring quality sleep, or even just taking time out for relaxation and enjoyment. These strategies can help manage triggers, but remember, it's a process, not a one-time fix. Patience and persistence are key, and with time and support, you can navigate this journey confidently and courageously. In the face of triggers, it's easy to lose hope, but remember, you're not alone in this journey. Fostering understanding and empathy, employing coping strategies, these are paramount in managing triggers. It's perfectly okay to reach out, to seek assistance. Overcoming triggers is not an insurmountable task. It's quite achievable. With understanding and the right strategies, you can navigate through your triggers and reclaim control of your emotions. Remember, there's always hope.